Welcome to the biggest show in the world, Sports Bettors TV.
It's 10 a.m. Eastern, it's Saturday, and you know damn well that the biggest show in the world doesn't take any time off. We are here. What's up, people? How's everybody doing out there? This is Rob the Mad Hatter, Sports Bettors TV and SportsBettorsTV.com, and I've got my boy, the evil genius of Major League Baseball on the line. Kid, Dr. Dan, what's going on, buddy?
What is good, player? Yo, I know we got a lot of stuff. Got NBA starting. We got that hockey. You know, the ice has been crazy. MLBs have been on fire, guys. I hope everybody's been going to SportsBettorsTV.com, checking out the clinic run by Dr. Dan, giving you the breakdown every day. This week, guys, we were at like 62.4%. We're up tons of units this week. We pulled the season average up to 55.5%, which is great. We'll keep going up. Hit a bunch of parlays. You know, anybody who tailed me on that Pirates-Mets parlay yesterday, we just making it rain today, man.
Oh, you took the run line in a parlay, huh?
Yeah, you know, I've been doing a couple of these run line parlays, and not the big juice games because, you know, the payoff isn't really there. But so yesterday, and this is another thing, guys, and I know I've been getting a lot of people hit me up, and I love all the new MLB action hitting the books. And I know we got a lot of guys that are jumping on MLB for the first time. A lot of times when you make a play, guys, remember, it's called a listed play. What that means is both starting pitchers have to start the actual game for that bet to count. So yesterday, you guys saw me tweet out, you know, and big ups to the Queen of Odds again. Thank you for the information. Because Worley was supposed to start for Locke the whole time. Locke is going to start today. The Pirates just screwed up and released the wrong pitcher. But that's what the book said. So if you bet on that, they canceled your bet. So I went back in, threw down the Worley, Pirates play with the Mets and all that. It was the same exact payout. But guys, always look at your starting pitchers. If you play early in the day, look just to make sure that your guys are starting.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome information, man, because I always see that, you know, listed or action or whatever. So action is anybody that's pitching can start.
Yes, as long as
listed,
the game plays.
Yeah, listed is the pitchers that are there.
Right. In action, the only way your game doesn't go off is if, you know, it's completely rained out or weathered out. But it doesn't matter. They could replace your pitcher last minute. And guys, I always say play the listed play. If you know the way that I look at games and I break them down, I lean so heavily on starting pitching, obviously. You know, it's the guys are out there the most and touching the ball the most. That it's a big thing. So look at that. Make sure you're taking listed plays, but just check your pitchers.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Right, so, hey, I want to send a special shout-out to everybody that wished me a happy birthday yesterday. Kid, if you guys haven't listened to the show yesterday, go back and listen to it again. It was absolutely insane, man. We had such a good time. First of all, Dan, we had the legendary Scott Matthews from SMPicks.com came on and tore it up. He's got a big play in the NBA tonight, and he's got a bunch of other plays. He's got an NBA package. Guys, check him out. My man Scott Matthews at SMPicks.com. Then I had Crush the Bookie come on, and he tore it up, dude. He killed it with the Mets play. He gave out the Mets play. Ripped it all up there. And then, you know, we just had an absolute good time, man. We were going back and forth about a bunch of stuff, about life, about haters, about, my bride called in, and it was nuts, man. It was crazy. We had good music, good vibes. Good. I had some alcohol in me. I was feeling really good, and thank you very much to everybody out there. I love you to death, guys. Thank you for, retweeting my show, number one. Number two, wishing me a happy birthday. I really appreciate that out there. So,
the Hatter's just getting ready for his professional radio career, a bottle of bourbon in one hand, the mic in the other.
Yes, that's right, brother. That's right. Oh, man. So, I was doing shots of moonshine yesterday.
Ooh.
Yeah, the moonshine put hair in your chest, that's for sure, man. That stuff is like...
I've had some of that, man, especially back in college. But no, I had some recently. They're doing some things with that moonshine. It's pretty good.
Yeah, they actually put fruit in it now, and they my father-in-law, he's they're from Puerto Rico, and he makes this stuff called pitoro. And what it is, it's alcohol, but you put a bunch of fruit in it, and you let it sit there for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, like 2 years, it depends on the older it gets, the more potent it gets and the better it tastes. You know what I mean? So this stuff, they sell it in jars now. And guys, they're not paying us to plug this, by the way. But hey, Moonshine, if you want to pay us, hit me up, and I'll be more than happy to plug your product.
Seriously. Yo, as college kids, this is the OG Jungle Juice.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Exactly. So I was killing that yesterday, just having a good old time. But Dan, I had Kershaw yesterday.
Yes, you did.
I did. I hit Kershaw, man. I started an open parlay with him. I got 2 legs left. A pretty good number to start with.
I had a parlay involving Kershaw. Guys, this is another thing about hedging. This is a risk thing. I don't know if you saw what happened yesterday, kid, but we had Kluber going into like the 6th with a no-hitter. Indians up 2-0. Everybody knows I had that big 4-team aces parlay. I called it the parlay aces because the juice just didn't do me. I just figured what the hell, throw it all together for some good money. And so we get to the 6th inning. The Dodgers game's about to go off. I've already hit the first 2 legs, and I got the Indians up 2-0. So I go, crap, man, I gotta lay down. I gotta throw it down on the Rockies.
Of course.
But what just to go the other way. And then, of course, the Indians end up blowing it in extra innings. And like I said this year, guys, I said it from the beginning, those Indians just aren't that good. They're just not that good. They find ways to lose games against bad teams.
Yeah, man. Well, we'll see how it ends up with them.
That's a risk of hedging, So, I mean, it's not like, you're not throwing down a crazy ton of money, but you got to make that decision sometimes because baseball games, especially if you got a parlay with that Central team and a West Coast team, it's going to go off before that other game's over.
Right. Well, what I like to do, dude, is when I'm doing these parlays, I don't like to take games that are going on at the same time, just for hedge.
It's hard, though.
Yeah, for hedge situations because
you just never know.
Yeah, because you could hedge the wrong one and then that team ends up winning, and then you know what I'm saying? It's just a mess. So I like doing one game at a time.
I definitely agree with you there. And like in NFL, I would never do that. But in NFL, there's a time limit. You know what's going down. Like in baseball, there are games you never know. Like that game could have gone, 5 hours, 6 hours, and you're kind of screwed. So, it's sometimes in baseball, I feel like you just got to make that educated decision, guys. I throw out there what I'm doing, but hey, I always say, use your own brains.
Oh, definitely. Big ups to my man, Sin City Maverick out there for helping us out. He actually created a Facebook page for the SBTV Nation. So, big ups to him, guys. Love that. Love the initiative that somebody would show us like that. Sin City Maverick, you are the man. I got Mario Martinez, Prime Hockey. I got Holiday. I got Adrian. Oh, let me see. I was Q. I don't even know how to pronounce that, brother. Irvin. I got Spot. It sounds like the dream saying an MLB pitcher. I got, let's see, the Andy Mack. I got Spot Bet, Jason Riley, Sir Mata. What is going on, guys? I got Gruff. Who else do I got on this beautiful morning? Caveman.
So we got
Star
Mr. Mac. And by the way, Mr. Mac, I love your logo. Deadhead, baby. Love it.
Yes. The Cheese Bengal T, Robert, Smokey. That's Big Rob, actually. And my man Gruff, just to name a few. So, Dan, let's do this. So, we got to be done at 11 today for you.
Thank you. Yep.
All right, so we can't go over today, guys. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start with MLBs. All right, we're going to break down each game. Dan, just you got about
we're going to power right through them.
Yeah, you got about 31 minutes to break down each game. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you got to say about this. You'll put all your stuff on the website as well.
Well, y'all better be listening because, like I said, I got a tee time at the best golf course. I'm going to try and throw out what I'm doing on the website before I leave. But y'all better listen to the show. That's just the way it is.
All right. So the first one we got on a ticket, I'm scrolling down. We got a pretty big MLB slate today. So what we're going to do is we're going to go MLBs, and then we're going to attack the NBA playoffs. And dude, yesterday, when we had our guests on, we did all NBA. Crush the Bookie was on tearing up the NBA. Scott Matthews, like I said, he's doing his package. His NBA numbers are absolutely insane. So, yeah, take a look at that and go from there. But first game we got on the ticket, we got the Atlanta Braves at the Toronto Blue Jays. Wow, a little interleague action here. Under-over is 8. Toronto minus 140. Atlanta plus 134 is the best you're going to find. Dan, who's pitching, and what do you think?
What do we got for pitch? Sorry, I'm not in the same. Okay, we got R.A. Dickey for the Blue Jays, and we got Wood for the Braves. Oh, man. These Blue Jays are just confused the crap out of me, I just, their pitchers cannot go deep into games. I like them today, but I do not like them on, at such a favorite. I mean, the Braves have been playing decent baseball. I just can't get down with that. I'm going to stay away from this game completely, guys. The Blue Jays have found ways to lose games, much like the Indians. So I'm going to stay away.
All right. I'm happy to hear you say you're going to stay away from a baseball game.
I love R.A. Dickey. It's hard for me to stay away from an R.A. Dickey game. But here's the thing. Wood hasn't been bad. He's 1-0 with a 3.86. R.A. Dickey's 0-1 with a 2.19. And that Blue Jays bullpen just looks kind of bad, and that offense is like really hit or miss. So too much risk there for too little reward.
All right, I got you, brother. I got you. So next one we got on the ticket is something that you were talking about earlier, but looks like the juice went down a little bit. You got the Philadelphia Phillies at the Washington Nasties, and Nasties have been playing pretty good ball, I got to admit. Under over 7. You can get the Nasties at like minus 187, and the Phillies plus 177 if you shop your lines. Dan, who you got pitching, and what's the deal here?
Yeah, so we got Harangue for Philadelphia and Zimmerman.
That's my guy, Harangue.
I know you like the Harangue. And, Harangue is but anyway, Zimmerman for the Nats. The Harangue is 1-1 with a .73 ERA.
Yep.
And Zimmerman is 1-1 with an 8.64. So, this game is obviously in Washington. The Nationals have looked really good offensively over the last couple games. But here's the thing. They, it's kind of been subpar pitching. They lost 2 games in Boston. They're on a 3-game winning streak. This is crazy juice to me. Again, you're talking about minus 200 on a pitcher that's got a plus 8.5 ERA against a pitcher that's got a sub .8 ERA.
I might take a shot with Harangue.
I might take a shot with Harangue, too. I'm really leaning Philadelphia here. This game, I've been going back and forth. But the thing is the Phillies offense is putrid as well. I mean, Zimmerman, this just seems like a game where Zimmerman comes out, gets right. But at the same time, there's so much flavor with that Philadelphia play that I might have to roll it out anyway. That's really a gamble. I think it's a 50-50, which at that juice, I got to take Philadelphia, right?
Wow, interesting. Well, I have 2 legs of a parlay left. I already filled it with one team. I'm waiting for another one, but like I said, I don't want to put the 2 teams playing at the same time because that's just not how I'm doing the parlays these days. But I don't think I would put Harangue in it. I think I'd start another one just with that. You know what I'm saying? Like light money, though. You know what I mean? Light money.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, if you want to throw, maybe what you do is maybe the play here is, but a plus 1.5 at minus 125, that doesn't do anything for me. I was thinking maybe the run line, but it doesn't do anything for me. But, maybe you run line parlay that with another plus 1.5 or something.
Yep, okay.
So,
or you can buy it down to the minus 1, dude.
You can. I mean, I would have to see, what that offers you in terms of, juice. But, yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people love doing that.
All right, sounds good. Big ups to my man C. Rodriguez Jr. I got P for Prez out there. Let's see. I got Mr. Mac. I got James Harrelson. I've got Derek Laborde. I got Buster Carr, soccer's finest. My man Ben Diaz. You know what's nice? These are all my weekend people. What's going on, weekend people? How you doing out there? OJFB, Joe Zippy. Damn, man, we are rocking and rolling. And, yeah, man, you know what?
Baby.
Sin City Maverick, that's the least I could do is shout you out like that, my brother, all the way in Las Vegas, Nevada. Loving it. All right, Dan, so the next one we got on the ticket here, we got the Chicago White Sox at the Detroit Tigers. And the Detroit Tigers, I know, I see my boys on the mound here. Detroit Tigers are minus 115, Chicago plus 106 with an under-over of 7.5. Talk to me about the pitchers, Dan, and I'd like to hear what you got to say about my boy.
I mean, Chris Sale, I mean, what's there to be said? I mean, Chris Sale's looks so good. But, here's my thing with Chris Sale is everybody, he was so dominant last year. Dude should have been a 20-game winner. But what you're talking about here is a guy that went 12-4 and had 10 no decisions. Why is that? That White Sox offense is putrid. Every time I watch it, I just want to cry, man. It's just like they have a couple guys in the lineup that have a little bit of pop. and that's about it. And, Chris Sale is getting bit by that. I love Chris Sale. I think he goes out and dominates today. But Mr. Anibal Alejandro Sanchez, man, he's not really that much of a bum himself. I mean, he's up and down, and I think he has a decent start today. And if you look at what the Tigers have done lately, they've lost one game by one run.
Yeah, right.
One game by one run.
Right.
And the last 3 games they played, and this says why they can beat Sale today: 2-0, 1-0, and 2-1. Okay, they can get to that White Sox pen, but here's the thing: at minus 115, I can't take the Tigers against Chris Sale, and at minus 105, Chris Sale just doesn't give me any real juice there.
Yep.
I think I'm going to stay off and just, I think I'm going to stay off that game.
That's a tough game to call right there.
It's a tough game to call. I mean, the other thing too is you don't know exactly how long Sale is going to go. He'll probably go 90 to 100 pitches, and depending on, walks, strikeouts. I mean, if he, and you guys got to realize this, a guy that strikes out a lot of players, a lot of batters, is throwing a lot of pitches. And, Sale coming off the foot injury, they're not going to overwork him early in the season. So, that it just gives me too much hesitation to put a play in on that game.
How about an underplay, Dan?
I mean, I don't like ever going under with the Tigers.
Okay,
because,
I got you.
Let's say Sale goes 6 strong innings, right? And it's like a 2-1 game, either way. And then the Tigers get into the heart of that, they get into the heart of their lineup with against that bullpen. They can easily put up a 5 spot in one game in one inning.
How is the Tigers bullpen adjusted from last year, Dan?
It's been okay. It hasn't been great, but I mean, they've held it together, and they've held it together in close games. I mean, they've put some new pieces in there. They've gotten rid of some of the old trash that just, was kind of pretty to look at, but stunk on the inside. That pen has been okay. I mean, look, it's been, 10 games or whatever. I got to see it over the long haul. But anytime, I mean, like I said, they've only lost one game, and they've won, a bunch of 1-run, 2-run games. It looks okay. It looks okay, and if it holds up like this, they're going to be a better team than I thought they were. I thought that pen would really hold them back, so we'll wait and see.
$100 better on the Detroit Tigers is up $848 on the season so far.
Yeah.
In 10 games.
Yep.
Wow. And the Chicago White Sox, bro, offensively, 2.78 runs a game. That's why I was asking about the total.
It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. You know what might be the play here, and you know how much I hate this play. But the no score first inning.
I want to talk about that real quick, guys. So, we experimented with it a little bit. I think I'm like 2 for 4 on that. So I sipped a little bit of juice with that. But I got to be honest with you. I mean, we got to really, pick our spots with these. That's number one. Number two is that I don't feel like I have any control over the game. Like, if I'm betting a straight game, at least I could do live lines to get my money out. With the no-score first inning, dude, there is no hedge. You're in it. You're in it. So I don't like not having the control to pull my money out of it. You know what I'm saying?
And if I could just add one thing to that, too, just being a student of the game, and anybody who really watches baseball can tell you, a lot of times, even with these monster aces, sometimes it takes them an inning to settle in. So you really have to look at their track record, how they are in first inning of games. Like, there's a lot of research that goes into these first inning games.
I've been doing that. Yeah, I've been going back, to their last start, their final start of last year, just kind of seeing what they've been doing in the first inning, you know what I mean?
And guys, the best resource for all this stuff, by the way, I of course, they're not paying us. They would never affiliate with us, but MLB.com has all the stats, game-by-game breakdowns. You can go back through any player, through any part of their career, look at an individual game, from 1998 that they, pinch hit in, it don't matter. So definitely check all that out.
All right. Sounds good, man. Great information, Dan. Great information.
Right on,
all right. So next one we got on the ticket here is, let's see, the Cleveland Indians, your favorite team, it sounds like, playing at the Minnesota Twins. Minnesota Twins minus 108 with an under-over of 8 to 8.5, depending on where you play it. What you got for pitching? what you got for leans, so on and so forth.
Yeah, so this game, again, just makes me want to vomit. But we got Salazar for Cleveland, who hasn't made a start yet. And we got Hughes, who's 0-2 with a 5.25 from Minnesota. Cleveland's 3-6, Minnesota's 4-6. Everybody knows that, I was not big on Cleveland this year. I think, everybody wants to talk about Michael Bourne. Michael Bourne's a shell of himself, guys. Everybody wants to talk about Brantley. Look, hey, I love Brantley, but he's banged up. I mean, they brought him back way too early. They screwed up with that. I'm sorry. He should have been on the 15-day DL to start the season. Try and hold your head above water. The pitching staff has been good, but not great. I mean, like I said, I think Kluber's taken a small step back. Not huge. I mean, you can't give up 0 runs every game. I don't know if the rest of the staff can hold it together. And I'm staying away from this game because I don't even want to burn my eyeballs trying to watch this terrible baseball.
My man Vince Parker, big ups to you, buddy. He's feeling the Indians today, by the way. He's putting 1.5 units on that.
I hear you. But, the Indians just seem to find a way to lose.
All right, gotcha. Big ups to the pick. Get a Vegas bookie, John Lewis, Tommy King. What is going on, guys? Good morning to you. Next one we got on the ticket here. And, Dan, I am not hungover, surprisingly.
Wow.
Yeah, just, you know what? I filtered it to beer towards the night, and then I had a couple glasses of wine. Went to an amazing house with an amazing fire pit. They had a fire pit with, glass in it.
Oh, nice.
You could, pour all the colorful glass in. Yo, man, these people were amazing. Big ups to my man Bill out there. Good dude. Next one we got, not that any of you guys know him, but I'm just saying. Big ups to, let's see, Cincinnati Reds at the St. Lucia Cardinals. St. Louis minus 145, under over 7.5. Dan, what you got here?
So we have Homer Bailey making his first start for Cincinnati today. And we got Martinez 0-0 with a 2.57 making the start for the Cardinals. And I don't know, man. This is another game. I just can't. I can't pop on this game, and I'm sorry, guys. Normally, you know me. I've played 90 plays, 100 plays already this baseball season. I lean St. Louis, but I actually like Homer Bailey. But it's his season debut. He's coming off, an arm surgery. I just don't know what he's going to be like. I really like him, though. I mean, last year he was 9-5 with a 3.71 ERA before he got hurt. But against the Cardinals, he wasn't that good. Again, this is a stay away from game, complete stay away from game for me. I think this could go either way. I lean Cardinals just because of the Homer Bailey coming back off injury thing, but I can't go either way.
All right, man. So,
yeah, I know.
We will keep it moving and go from there. All right. So, let me see what the next one is I got on a ticket here. I've got San Diego Padres at the Chicago Cubs. And surprisingly, we've already got a total on this game. I guess they already figured out what the wind is going to do in Wrigley. We got, let's see. Chicago is minus 110. It's pretty much even money with an under-over of 7.
Yep.
Dude, we were talking about this yesterday, guys. Or me and Dan were talking about it before we went on the show. Once San Diego went up 5-4 yesterday, I was so tempted to get a live line on them because I knew Chicago was not coming back. I mean, Chicago just doesn't seem like the team. And you were I was watching the umpire. Dude, you see what's his name for the Cubs come out screaming at the umpire after that home run?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I love MLB TV, guys. For those of you who don't know, even just regular MLB TV, you get a lot of the afternoon games. And that was great. I had the Padres there. I was obviously sweating that. But, it's hard for any team to come back from, a shot like that. I mean, that is literally like a boxer just getting the wind knocked out of them. Getting hit in the gut. That was brutal, and that is why I'm leaning to the Padres today. I believe I'm going to lock them in. The pitchers today, we got Ross for the Padres, we got Hendricks for the Cubs, he's been terrible. Somehow he came out with a no decision, but he's got a 10.38 ERA. Ross has 1 win, no loss, 3.75 ERA. with the line where it's at, at even money, I don't see how you can go Cubs here. I mean, Hendricks is bad, guys. I mean, he's bad. And I just think that the Padres lineup, it's a new lineup. They're finding the chemistry, but all those guys have won before. They kind of know how to win, and they're monsters. I think Justin Upton, might hit a couple out. We'll see, but I like the Padres here, and I'll lock them in.
You do? All right, man. Real quick, guys, my man Irvin is asking if anybody out there has any kind of UFC leans for tonight.
I know we got a couple dudes that are big into that.
UFC and boxing, he wants to know. So anybody that's got some information on that, that's what the hashtag SBTV Nation is. We are the biggest conglomerate of sports gamblers in the world. That's what we are, baby. And my man Tip Talker, hashtag SBTV Nation, said he's feeling the Dodgers and Mariners.
Yeah,
get it done today.
I gotta throw this out there. I don't know if the dude would want his name mentioned, but he knows what we're talking about him. Congrats on the baby brother. It's a great thing.
All right. So next one we got on a ticket. Let me just switch this up a little bit, brother, and go from there. All right. Next one I got on a ticket is the Baltimore Orioles at the Boston Red Sox. And the Boston Red Sox are minus 133 with an under-over of 8.5. Dan, sounds like you like this game.
We got Tillman, who is going for the Baltimore Orioles against, the great Buchholz. Tillman's been bad, too. I mean, Tillman's been bad. I mean, 1-1 with a 7.71 against Buchholz, 1-1 with a 7.84. So these are supposed to be the aces. Now, here's the thing. Tillman has a track record, at least, of being good, and I expect him to get on point today. Buchholz, look, man, and I told all these Red Sox fans, and, I love you guys. I share New England with you. But, guys, you are crazy as usual for thinking that team was going to go somewhere. Like I said, and it's all in the breakdown. Go back to my futures. My problem with Boston is that rotation is awful. I mean, guys, Buchholz was your 5th starter last year, and he's now your supposed ace? That's a joke. I mean, Boston has the resources to go out and make a trade, but that's not going to help them. And today, Baltimore at plus money, I'm all over Baltimore.
Okay. All right, you're all over Baltimore. All right, but you're a believer in the O's.
I don't think no. I'm not a believer in the O's. You guys know, and I still think Toronto will make a trade for a pitcher, which I think they need to do. But I also think that their pitching will get better. It's a veteran staff. They got a couple young guys. I still like Toronto in that division because I think out of anybody, they actually have the best pitching, which is crazy to say. The Yankees look bad, obviously. The Sox look bad. The O's look okay. I think the O's will be a second-place team in the East, but I just think that Buchholz is going to get blown up today.
Oh, wow. Okay. Big ups to my man Yeeps. Is it Yeps? Yeeps? I'm trying to figure it out. Y-E-P-E-S. Yeppies. At hashtag SBTV Nation. He's been killing it, dude. He's sending me all these money line parlays have been cashing, man. So big ups to him on that.
Yeah, I love the multi-sport, brother. I love how you're versed in, puck, soccer.
Oh, yeah.
baseball.
He's all over the place, dude. I love it.
It's insane, guys.
Big ups to the kid picks as well out there, rocking and rolling as usual. My man, love him to death. All right, next one we got on the ticket here. We've got the Milwaukee Brew Crew, who the Dream is in love with, playing at the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh Pirates minus 128, under over of 7.5. I remember last year Pittsburgh being dominant at home, Dan.
All I got to say about Dream loving the Brew Crew is, no dog, they booty.
Yes. Are they
It's really early in the year, but the Pirates started off the year pretty bad. I mean, if you remember, they got They got swept at Cincinnati.
Yep.
They've been on the road. I'm thinking the Tiger series was their first home series, and they lost 2 out of 3 games in that series.
Okay.
But now they did win at home against the Brewers. Look, losing 2 out of 3 against the Tigers, and those games were all close. They won 5-4. They lost 2-0, and they lost 1-0. And I think they faced Price in a game. So, there's no shame in that. But I like Pittsburgh today. I liked Locke yesterday. I like him fine today. Like I said, guys, Locke and Worley knew that they were each starting on Friday and Saturday, respectively. I know you guys are all pitchers are creatures of habit. They're not out of their they're not out of their habit or anything like that. So, we got Loesch going for Milwaukee, the wonderful Loesch, who's supposed to anchor that staff. He's 0-2 with an 11.17 ERA against Locke, who's 1-0 with a 3.
Like it, huh?
Locke is a lock, man. I mean, I just, even with, I might even have to go -1.5 on that at +165.
Wow.
I'm going to go money line and run line.
Really?
I'm going to go money line and run line. Dude, the Loesch is going to get blitzkrieg today. Look, this is a classic Dr. Dan Annihilation game.
Oh.
I'm calling it. I haven't called an annihilation in 94 plays this year in baseball. I haven't called one. The Pirates are going to they came out and they finished that game yesterday. Look, they know that division is going to be better. The Reds are good. The Cardinals are good. They're going to be good. The Cubs are good. The Brewers are the team that you need to beat the crap out of in that division. And, that game was close yesterday. They ended up winning 6-2. I think they come out today and just absolutely, I think Loesch is gone before the 4th inning is over.
Wow.
And then I think Locke goes out there and gets it done. I can see this game being, something like yesterday, 6-2, 7-2, even maybe more, even maybe like 8-1, 9-1, something crazy. I just think the Pirates offense really gets it done today.
Really? Okay, Dan. I'm gonna, you know what? And the under over 7.5. And I got to be honest with you, Milwaukee Brewers. I mean, they're not scoring any runs.
No,
they're
but
2.6 a game.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I just
you think Pittsburgh's bats are? Do you think Pittsburgh can cover the over themselves?
Yeah, and what I want to look at is a Pittsburgh team total. Actually, I might make a play on that this year.
Okay.
This game would be the first one this year, but sometimes I like these team totals, but it could be high. I mean, their team total could be 5 with that, at 7.5. But we can see. I got to take a look into that.
All right, Dan. So I think I'm going to. I have not heard you be that strong on an MLB play yet.
Oh, I really, like I said, I love the Pirates yesterday. I love them again today. I just think that offense is primed to really start breaking out. They did so at the end of the game yesterday. Hey, let's ride it.
It's only -128 too.
Right, exactly. And you guys know me. I ride every play for a unit, but if I really like a game, I will ride that run line with the money line. I might even parlay the run line with another run line that I like, which I think we're about to get to.
Okay, next one we got on the ticket, and that's a 7:05 start, guys, just so you know.
7:05.
Let's see. Next one we got on the ticket, the LA Angels at the Houston Astros. And this line is a little crazy here, but Houston Astros -116, favored over the Angels, kid. Wow.
And there is a reason for this.
Under over 8 to 9, depending on where you play it, guys. Huge discrepancy in the totals. SportsBettersTV.com. Take a look at it. What's your thoughts, Dan?
Yeah, so we have Wilson 1-1 with a 3.95 against my boy Keuchel. 1-0 with a 1.29 ERA, and those of you know, I love watching the Keuchel all day long. I know everybody wants to pronounce it Keuchel, but I went back and I checked, and I don't like to mispronounce baseball players' names.
Oh, we could use it during the week then.
I looked into a Houston Astros broadcast. I was able to catch him one day, and that's what they were calling him, so that's what we're going with.
But
that is why the line discrepancy is where it is with these guys. I like the Astros, and I like the under. I'm going to throw an Astros money line and under parlay together.
Really?
Yep, because the Astros at -116 at home. I think that, look, you'll see, dude. You'll see. If you can watch this game, I'm saying watch this game. This kid is amazing. He's that good. And I think there's a big discrepancy. If you can get it at, -115 and a 9 under, I mean, and there's even books that are offering this under 8, but they're offering even money for it. So there's no juice there, which I like as well. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, which you don't tend to see between these two teams. But I think you're going to see it. I think you're going to see it today.
All right. If you could get that total at 9, you're doing really good.
Exactly.
Next one we got on the ticket, Oakland A's at the K-Sizzle Royals. K-Sizzle minus 126 with an under-over of 7.5. Dan, that's a pretty good idea for us to, I'm going to have the Dream listen to all the local radio shows for all these teams, so this way he can get all the pitcher names right.
I love it.
Yes, definitely. What you got for K-Sizzle in Oakland?
Yeah, so K-Sizzle and Oakland, the starting pitchers. We got Hahn for Oakland, 0-1 with a 3.09, and we got Yordani Ventura, 2-0 with a 2.31 ERA. Ventura has left both games with minor injuries. I mean, nothing that, if it was later in the year, I don't think they would have pulled him. But that's a little concerning. Look, I'm just going to sit back and watch this one. I mean, hey, K-Sizzle's been sizzling. I mean, they just find ways to win baseball games. I mean, they're such a good team, but I like them here. The A's are kind of surprising me right now, and I don't know, minus 129. I'm leaning Kansas City. I'm right there. I'm right there. You know what? I talked myself into it. We're gonna roll K-Sizzle at minus 129. I really like Ventura. For those of you, again, who, and look, guys, I think MLB package is like $99 for the whole year. So if you're going to be betting baseball, what is that, like 1 unit to most of y'all? So Go out there and just throw down the $100, because what that does is you can watch a million games at once. You can, it helps with live lines, it helps with everything. At least keep your app up. But Ventura has been really good. And I think getting the eye test on these guys is more important. I know a lot of guys out there don't like watching the games that they play, but how else are you going to learn? It's a long season.
Oh, you got to.
Yeah, I know, but some guys are real superstitious like that. They will not watch the games they play, and I've had a few guys tell me that, which, hey, it's cool, man, if that's your style. I have no issue with how anybody wants to do their thing. I'm just saying in baseball, for me, I mean, I love the game and I love watching it anyway, but you're going to pick up on a lot of things. If you see that a starter, he goes out there a couple times and you notice that in the 5th or 6th inning, every time he gets knocked around a little bit, that might not be so transparent on like a stat sheet, but if you notice it and you see these things, you can make plays a lot better.
All right, guys. And I'm just looking at the offensive standings right now for all these teams, and from the bottom up, the worst offenses in the league so far. You got the worst is the Chicago White Sox. This is runs per game. You got Philadelphia Phillies above them, then Houston, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Minnesota, San Francisco.
Yep. And Houston has their offense has been bad. Don't get me wrong. But that's why I like the under. But I also like Keuchel to come out here. He's got to win today. I think the Houston offense is the one that'll put it together, though.
All right, man. Next one, we got the New York Stanks at the Tampa Biscuit Rays. And New York Stanks minus 105 with an under-over of 7.
Yeah.
What you
got?
So
we got Masahiro Tanaka at Odorizzi. Tanaka, let's see, 1-1 with a 7. Odorizzi, 2-0 with a .61 ERA. For that reason, I don't know, man. I lean Rays here. I really do lean Rays. Tanaka's just been so bad. But, I mean, the Rays lineup is pretty bad, too. And I got to see what's going on with Longoria. Because I know he got, I think he got plunked. I wasn't really watching that game. Yeah, he was plunked the other day on Thursday. I don't know if he's still feeling that, but he's been DHing. So, I don't like him not in the field. It's just, if I could get, I'm going to wait on this game, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait on this game, see if, all the Yankee fans start pounding the Yankees, and maybe we can get that Rays line to plus money and then pop on it. But I will be back from golfing before that game goes off, so I'll get that out later.
All right. Next one we got on the ticket here, and I got to give you a lot of credit, bro. Last year, you really helped the nation by pointing out DeGrom before DeGrom got really hot.
Thanks, sir.
And that was like what was that, in like July or August or something like that? You were plugging him and saying, "Yo, watch out for this kid. He's going to be good. He's going to be good." And he came out on a tear. So, big ups to you on that. You made the nation a lot of money last year with DeGrom. Miami Marlins at the New York Mets. New York Mets minus 131 with an under-over of 6.5. So, obviously, you got your boy there.
Yeah, we got DeGrom coming out today, man. I love this kid. He just reminds me of I don't even know, like early Lincecum kind of, but with better mechanics and a different delivery. But, and then we got, where is that? Oh, here we go. We got the superb Matt Latos going for Miami. 0-2 with a 17.36 ERA.
Nice.
And he was, I mean, just wonderful for him. We got the Marlins 3-8, the Mets 8-3. The Mets are looking to try and go to 10-3 for the first time, I think, since like 1990. And they got DeGrom and Harvey over the next two games. DeGrom and Harvey did not have their best stuff in their last game, and this is the sign of a true ace. When you don't have your best stuff, and yet you still strike out 7 or 8 guys and give up a run or two, and you're not even throwing the ball that good. I think DeGrom comes out here on a warm night. It should be a beautiful night for baseball, and absolutely smashes. It's minus. You get it right now. I think around minus 139. I love the Mets there, but this is the team I'm adding with that Pirates. Another Pirates Mets run line parlay, guys. Another
one, huh?
Yeah,
and another one.
Ride 2 days in a row.
I got you. All right. Hey, you are the evil genius, man, so I'm going to pay attention to what you got going on. All right, so the next one.
Guys, I will not ride the Mets every day, but like I said, we've taken the Mets in every single win, I believe, and only 2 of the losses. So we are up if you're $100 better, you're up like 600 or 400 if you're playing the Mets with me.
Let's see what you're doing. If you're playing the Mets every game, let's just take a look. I know that you're not, but let me just take a look at what your numbers would be. You would actually be up $548.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Mets are scoring 4 runs a game. Mets are superior in pretty much every single category here over Miami. Just saying. So, and you got DeGrom on the mound.
I know a lot of people think that, obviously, hey, I am a Mets fan. I want to have full disclosure. But, for those of you who don't get a chance, if you're on the West Coast or Midwest, you don't get to see a lot of games, this bullpen also is absolutely disgusting. It's just, they got 3 guys still, even after losing Mejia, that can close. They have Parnell, who's on his way back. So, they get into that 6th, 7th inning, and they're up 2 runs, 3 runs. That game's a lock right there. That game's a lock.
All right, scrolling down here, we got the Arizona. We got 3 more. Dan, we're running a little bit over, but I'm sure you're okay. Yeah, that's fine. Arizona Diamondbacks at the San Francisco Giants. San Fran minus 135 with an under-over of 7. San Fran's bats are just non-existent right now.
Yep.
They took it to
De La Rosa for Arizona, 2-0 with a 7.15, and we got Mr. Charlton Heston, 1-1 with a .69 ERA. I don't know if his first name's Charlton, but I just like saying that. But 1-1 with a .69. Does that not say it all, man? I mean, that just says how bad that Giants offense is.
Caught a loss, giving up less than 2 runs.
Giving up less than .7. Giving up less than a run. Giving up less than a run a game, and he got, I don't know, man. That Giants team, I'm on the fade with them. I know De La Rosa gave up, a bunch of runs. I know that he hasn't looked so great. He's 34 years old. People are like, what's the deal? Like, does he have it? But I'm going to ride Arizona here today. I'm going to ride Arizona.
You love them D-backs, kid. You're looking pretty good on the future with them, too.
I do like the D-backs a lot. I just, but I hate the Giants more. I mean, that offense is putrid. The D-backs, the thing is, and they showed it, and I know we went against each other with the Bumgarner game, but it was like I was telling a lot of cats, it's like, if they just run into, a couple balls a game, they got, almost everybody in that lineup can hit a home run. And I know it's, not great for long-term success, but I just think that the D-backs get the best of the Giants here. The Giants are bad and are going to continue to get worse.
All right. Next one we got on the ticket, we got the Colorado Rockies at the L.A. Dodgers. And the Dodgers are minus 188 with an under-over of 7. What you got?
Oh, God. We got Lyles, 1-0 for Colorado, 2.25 ERA. Against Greinke, 1-0 with a .69. Look, I'll just keep this short and sweet. I mean, I'm just going to stay away from this game. Minus 200 for Greinke isn't crazy, but Lyles hasn't been bad, and the Rockies have been real good on the road. I'm just staying away. Just staying far, far away.
Good for you, Dan. I'm glad that you're showing some discipline with some of these nasty games out there. All right, next one, we got the Texas Rangers at the Seattle Mariners. Seattle's got King Felix already, as you know, but I'll let you announce that. Minus 215, under over 6.5. I could tell you just before we go any further that I have an open parlay, and I put King Felix in it. So that's the second leg of it, and I'll be watching this game, and hopefully I don't got to pull my money out of it. But what you got, Dan?
Yeah, so, I mean, as Rob said, we got King Felix, 1-0 with a 3 RA, going against Colby Lewis for Texas, 1-0 with a 3.38. Seattle is a surprising 3-7, while Texas is surprising me at 5-6. There's an issue here, and I hate to say it. I was talking to you, before the show,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I hate to say, look, you know me, I don't ever want to toot my own horn, but sometimes there are things that we got to look at. And look, I lean the Mariners in this game, and I hate to blow up your parlay.
Understood. Hey, you know what? This business is business, kid. Tell me who's going to win.
My issue, and I think the Mariners should win this game, but Colby Lewis hasn't been bad, and Felix has had that issue with his leg, with that quad, and I just worry about a pitcher that has a leg issue. It throws off all other mechanics. You don't know what has gone on. I can't think that the Mariners are that stupid that, they throw him out there if they really thought there was an issue. You would think they would hold him back, but at the same time, maybe they're thinking at 3-7, this is almost like, this early in the season, they can't get off to a terrible start. They put a lot of money in that team. Man, I don't know. I just got to stay away from this. It scares me. Like I said, I think 65-35 Mariners should win, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right. Big ups to my girl, Vegas Girl 92661 with the hashtag SBTV. She said, thank you. Yeah. Hashtag SBTV Nation. Bankroll for Vegas is growing. Nice. Love it. And my man Rainmaker, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you in a few days. How you doing out there? He's saying Escobar of K-Sizzle got hurt last night.
Yes, he did. He got destroyed with a hard slide. Look, almost caused his fist to be thrown. I love fisticuffs in baseball, but it was crazy. It was kind of dirty. So Ventura's young and he's impressionable. That's another reason why maybe, I like Kansas City. What scares me is that he might go crazy, maybe throw at someone's head in the first inning. And if he gets tossed, then what happens?
Oh.
But like I said, I roll one unit on all these plays. I'm gonna still roll with it, but there is a chance that there could be some fisticuffs and bad blood going on today, guys.
Well, hopefully they'll stay professional and they won't do that.
Doubtful. It's baseball. Those bullpens be coming in. Those guys be running next to each other, and then they wait till they get in the infield and then start throwing people.
I got it, Dan. All right, man. Well, that concludes the MLBs with the evil genius of Major League Baseball. Dude, great job. Great breakdown.
Thanks.
Great breakdown. I appreciate that. So we are going to move right over into the NBA playoffs, kid. I'm very excited about it, man. Can't wait to get through this and see what we got. Now, just so you guys know, all right, I have not done any series plays. I don't really see much value in them. I got to be honest with you. I mean, my boy is like over the Celtics. They're favored so heavily. There's no value there. Golden State is
a minus 1,100.
The only thing, maybe you can get the Spurs, but I mean they're minus 175 for the series price over the Clippers. But I guarantee you that's going to be a 6-7 game series. That's going to be crazy, that one. That's probably one of, with the exception of Dallas and Houston. I think that's going to be a real tough series to call. And the Toronto in Toronto,
yeah.
And then you got the Clippers. You got the Clippers and the Spurs are two totally different teams. So I don't know, man. You know what? I don't see much value, so I think I'm going to go game to game and see what I got. But first one we got on the ticket, we got a 12:35 Eastern start. We got the Washington Wizards at the Toronto Raptors, and Toronto's minus anywhere from 3.5 to 4, with an under/over 194 to 194.5. I'm taking a look at this game. I may get an in-game wager on this. I'm probably not going to play it. I think Washington is a sloppy team. I think that Toronto has faltered, going up and down a little bit this year as well. Both these teams have. And you just got to kind of, before you start really playing these teams, I think you got to either watch them maybe a first half, get a second half action, do something live or whatever, and, see what ends up happening here. But I have no lean here. I have nothing to say about this game. I think that I think it's going to be a tight game. But who knows? Under over 194 or 194.5. No, I don't even have an opinion on the total either. And I'm sure that you don't have an opinion on that game either, Dan.
No.
All right. And just taking a look at here, I mean, you can't really go through trends, guys, of like the last 2 weeks, because you know what we were doing? We were playing, sitting starters and all that good stuff. So, and looking at the stats, I mean, they're pretty evenly matched here. Toronto's offensively pretty superior, though, scoring 104 points a game, where Washington is just under 99. Don't really have much injuries to report, other than Porter for their forward for Washington being day-to-day with an ankle injury. So, I'm gonna fall back from that. The next one I got on the ticket here, we got the New Orleans Pelicans at the Golden State Warriors. Golden State is minus 12 to 12.5, under over 204.5 to 206. New Orleans playing a little inspired basketball towards the end, got into the playoffs, beat the Spurs at the end. Don't really think that the Spurs really cared, but you could just tell by just their performance in that game. So taking a look at this, man, Crush the Bookie was giving out Golden State minus 12. He actually gave it out at 11 to 11.5. It's actually 12, 12.5. I don't like giving these big lines. If anything, I may see what a money line parlay does on a first half money line for Golden State, and see maybe I could chop those odds in half and kind of get something going. But, I'll take a look at it as it goes. I don't want to force any plays on you guys. I think that you have to be very careful with these games. And don't just play because there's a game on at 12, a game on at 3, a game on at 7. Remember what my boy Scott Matthews said yesterday. You know what I mean? Pick your favorite game and go from there. You know what I'm saying? Because anything can happen, and we don't want anybody losing bankrolls and being all upset. Because last year, if you don't recall, and everybody else that had money, I'm sure you recall when a lot of these home teams were not doing the job because, they were sitting players, towards the end of the year, and they were, they had to kind of get one game under their belt to get going. A lot of away teams, shocked the home team. So be very careful. That's all I got to say. Milwaukee Bucks are coming into the Chicago Bulls. This is a 7:05 start. Chicago minus 8 with an under-over of 185.5 to 186. Let me just take a look at the injury report, see if we have anything to report whatsoever with this game. It pains me so much to say it, but I think the Bulls beat them today. I don't think Milwaukee is all that. I think Milwaukee is better playing sub-500 teams and not a team of the Bulls caliber. Bulls, this doesn't look like they have any injuries report other than Kirk Heinrich is day-to-day with a little knee problem there. But, taking a look at this, like I said, we're not even going to talk about the trends of the last 2 weeks because they're kind of out the window. They've exchanged victories so far. Let's see. Milwaukee won the last one in Milwaukee. But then when they played in Chicago in February, Chicago laid the smack it down and beat them by 16. And then the game before that in January, Chicago also won at home. So I think Chicago gets a W here.
Okay.
I don't condone giving the 8 points. I think that you either get it in a teaser or you moneyline parlay that with something else. So we'll go from there. The next game on the ticket here is very interesting. We got the Dallas Mavericks at the Houston Rockets. Dallas is a +5 favorite. Now, yesterday when Crush the Bookie was plugging Dallas, it was a 6 to 6.5 point favorite that they were, Now it's down to 5. The under-over is 212.5 to 213, and what's crazy is that my man Scott Matthews yesterday called an over at 210 during the show. It's already going up 3 points. So a lot of the nation must have jumped on his play, bro.
Right.
I'm really curious. I really think we move lines here, dude.
Dude, I'm seeing some crazy. Like, if you didn't lock in baseball stuff, there's some crazy movement since we've been talking.
Of course there is, man. All the nation's putting their plays in right now. Let's see. So I got to be honest with you. I'm looking at this reverse line movement here. Going in Dallas's favor as far as the money is concerned, but I like Houston on a money line. I don't think Houston loses this game to Dallas. I don't. I think if I was going to get involved in a money line parlay, it would be the two favorite home teams that I just referred to, which would be the Bulls and Houston. Guys, that's just leans. That's not definitive plays. The problem is that I have King Felix as a second part of my money line parlay, so I don't want to be involved in doing two different teams at once. So I'm probably going to have to just fall back or start a new parlay with Houston.
There you go.
And then keep two slots open or keep one slot open or whatever. But I don't think Houston loses. I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair like Scott Matthews said, and I think Houston gets a W at the end. Don't be surprised. Maybe you get a buzzer beater or an overtime game or something like that. But we'll see what ends up happening, dude. So how we doing for time, Dan? We're good, right?
We got 4 minutes, and then Daddy's got to hit the links, baby.
Oh man, send us some photos of you on the golf course, man, so we can post them up over
I'll try and do that.
there.
Hopefully, I won't be obscured by all the trees I'll be in.
You'll be going fishing trying to find your ball.
Oh man, I got like 30 of them, but no, I'm playing like the nicest course in Connecticut. My brother and I, happy to get out first time. Finally, 70 degrees here.
Oh, I know, it's beautiful. I was actually out last night in a t-shirt, man.
Oh yeah, it's great. Dude.
I wasn't that guy in the t-shirt. Everybody looking at me like I was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It actually made sense.
In New England, as long as it's 55, you can be rocking a t-shirt.
Yes, sir. Yeah, but we're getting.
By the way, guys, I did get all my plays up on the website for the nation. So go to sportsbetterstv.com on the homepage, Dr. Dan's Clinic. Go check it out.
All right, sounds good, man. So excellent show today, Dan. Excellent show.
I think we're going to make some money, baby.
Absolutely, man. So, all right, guys. We are going to close this thing out. Like Dan said, I'm looking outside. I see sunshine, and I see 70 degrees among us, man. So I'm probably going to get out, try to find an outdoor little spot, probably try to pop a cigar, get my kid with me, just sit back, put my feet up, watch a little MLBs, watch a little NBA playoffs, maybe cash some. I'm going to be a junkie and bring my laptop to the bar.
And we do have tonight, but hit up our guys. You know who they are.
Oh, yeah, we got the NHL playoffs.
First Lady, NHL, The Dream. Hit them up for all your hockey stuff. I'm an idiot.
You know what? And I'm glad you said that, Dan, because you know what? We've been, some people have, commented that, we say that we're not handicappers, and we're not. We're gamblers. I would consider us glorified gamblers at this point because, we have a show and all that. But, if we were handicappers, guys, we wouldn't say, call another handicapper. We would say that we're dope and don't call any other handicappers.
I know everything.
Yeah, exactly. So, just put that in your pipe and smoke it. That's all I got to say about that. All right, guys. So what I'm doing today, man, as far as the NBAs are concerned, well, first of all, NBAs, I'm leaning the Bulls to win the game, but I'm probably not going to play it. because I like the Houston Rockets on a money line situation better. So I'm going to get the Houston Rockets, I believe. It's not going to be a real big play, but I'm going to get them on a money line to start a parlay, probably 2 to 3 legs open. I have another parlay going with Kershaw, getting a win last night, and I'm putting King Felix with him. So that's play number 2 with Seattle in the Seattle Mariners and MLBs. And Dan, do you want to? What do you want to do? You want to recap anything, or you want to just refer everybody to the site?
I'll do it because we're on the show. But here's what I'm rolling with, guys. D-backs, Orioles, the under in the Astros Angels game. Astros money line, Mets money line, Mets minus 1.5, Royals money line, Phillies money line, Padres money line, Pirates money line, and minus 1.5. The 2 parlays, we're also going to parlay the Astros under and the money line, and we're also going to parlay again. Another time, we're rolling with this again. Let's hit it. Mets minus 1.5, Pirates minus 1.5. That's like a plus 555 value. If you can get it, go get it.
All right, big shout out to the queen of odds out there. Got my man Scott Weaver out there. Got I Am KC. I've got, let's see. I got Shaden Ragouche. What's going on, man? You've been tearing it up out there. It be easy. What is going on, guys? We are looking forward to cashing today and having a good time. We got MLBs all day. We got NBAs all day. We got NHL playoffs popping. We are looking forward to having a hell of a day. Back at it tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. Can't wait to get back on with you and the Dream, and we'll tear it up as we usually do. All right, Dan, so you got anything to close out, or you're done?
I love the whole nation. Hey, as always, guys, hit me up. You got questions, you want answers. But today, I will pretty much be unavailable, so if I don't respond to you, I still love you.
All right, sounds good. Guys, we are Sports Bettors TV. We are the biggest show in the world. We love you to death. Go out there, go easy, but get that money. Take care.
Peace.